Hello everyone! Today's a special video because I want to talk about this first 10 years with this passport. So this is actually the first one I got when I was beginning of my 20s. And it's quite crazy because I had so many travel dreams already when I was a kid. That started around 6 or 7 or something like that. But actually, my first flight to a little bit more further country was when I was 16, and it was to Gran Canaria, one of the Canary Islands of Spain, with my family. And the 2 years after that, we went to Spain twice, also by plane. I went to Paris with school twice, and then I thought I can cycle there. So I cycled there from Friesland, where I'm from, all the way up north in the Netherlands, to Paris, um, with my Dutch bike without gears. So that was an adventure. The year after that, I started studying at university. I think I was 20 then. And then I cycled to Barcelona from the Netherlands. So almost 2,000 kilometers, uh, which, represents who I am, because I like adventure, I like exploring and taking my time to get to places. So that was my adventurous spirit. So of course, in the beginning of my 20s, I needed a passport to get also to countries outside of Europe. At that time, as I told you, I was student, I was an auntie because Ryan was born when I was 18, so I was a very proud auntie. I was a lot with my family, I got in a relationship, so I enjoyed really the moment back then. Being with my family, being in Friesland, because the Netherlands is also beautiful. So I made so many photos, went on walks and just shared my inspiration. And then I took, for example, my boyfriend at that time on a surprise trip to Barcelona. Because I was there, I had finished my cycling trip there, so I had to show him where I cycled to. And then also with him, we went to Italy, to Naples and the Amalfi Coast. We visited Pompeii, which was stunning. That part of Italy is stunning, but I want to visit way more of Italy. It's a beautiful country. We also went to Florida together, so that was my first trip outside of Europe. So we did a whole road trip around Florida, my first time in the States. And we went with his family to Portugal, to the Algarve, and that's such a beautiful part of Portugal. That coastline is amazing. I really want to come back there. It's already a long time ago that I was there. So I really would like to come back and take my family, for example, to show them. And then, when I finished my university, I was ready to travel the world. But somehow that didn't happen. So I tried to find my way in the Netherlands with other things. Spent a lot of time with Ryan. Then Isa was born, then my sister, her second child. So we spent a lot of time with her. But more and more, while I was not following my heart, my happiness got less. And that can be okay, but then it gets really dangerous when also your hope gets less and less. And when hope goes away, darkness takes over. So that's what happened with me. I got my panic attacks, I got my depression. That was quite a journey. I will share that can be a whole series on YouTube, how I went out of that. But what I can say is that my family helped a lot, that they gave me those sparkling moments that I realized, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to give up on life, even though it was the hardest thing that I've ever done, like really going from there to healing myself. But that worked. And we went also on family holidays, for example, to Belgium, to France, to Denmark. And we went also to a beautiful Dutch place called Volendam. And that was such a great family holiday. I felt really, really good at that time. That was the holiday where I was like, I'm really ready to leave the Netherlands now and go into the world. That was literally 1.5 months before I went to Poland. So you can see in those images how happy I am there. Then also before I left, my brother became a father, and that was also really, really special for me, because he will always be my little brother, but then he became a father, and seeing him like that, my goodness, it's the best. So that also added to my happiness, of course. It made it also a little bit more difficult to leave the Netherlands, because I had so many like people that I loved so deeply, and also the kids, that I had to leave them behind. But I think they now understand and see me now as an example of someone who's following her heart. Like, I'm a really loving auntie, and I think they feel my love as well when I'm a little bit farther away in different countries. So I had a vision, and I was ready to fly, to spread my wings and fly. And that's when I came to Poland. So I have a different video about how I came to Poland, because that's too much to share now, but it was a little bit by accident, but my heart led me to it, and I was guided there. I had incredible 6 weeks in Poland, immediately fell in love, but then I had to take the next step and grow even more as a person, because I flew then to Mexico and from Mexico to the USA again to start the next chapter with another family there. I saw some stunning places in the USA, Utah, Bryce Canyon, and other canyons and other national parks. And then we went to California, where I saw, for example, Yosemite, and that was the dream for me as well, to be there. I had seen so many videos about YouTubers filming there and being there, that I really felt like, okay, I'm really living a dream right now when I was there. And also going to LA was that was back then was maybe the biggest dream, because I thought that I would want to live there. Then I came there, and I felt, because of everything that happened, I felt really intense things. But I also realized this is not the place where I want to live. I want to live in Poland. So I had some incredible weeks in LA, met some amazing people, but then I knew I had to fly back to Poland to investigate that feeling that I had inside me more. So I came back, and then I had a very difficult period in Poland, where I really had to find myself again and find the happiness within me again, because I had put it outside of me, and then things fall apart when you do that. So I had to learn to really finding that within me again. I decided to stay because I was invited by another family there, my Krakow family, who now lives in The Hague. They gave me a home, they gave me a space to, discover and explore more, and to, find myself, and being creative, and really starting to be the artist that I was born to be. Because when I was living with them in Krakow, I became the YouTuber that I am now. I became the storyteller that I am now, the artist that I am now. I wrote my first stories back then. The books I still have to publish, but it's a journey. And while I was staying with them, I also got to visit other countries, like Czech Republic, Brno. I went to London, to Paris again. I went to Vienna, On the plane I met my Ukrainian mother and sister. I love them so much. I went to Budapest, so to Hungary for the first time, and I did not know back then that I would come to that country way more often, because only a few months later my dad bought a house in Hungary with his wife. So I came many more times. I even lost count, to Hungary, to the countryside, to small villages, to Eger. Brilliant country as well. I went all over Poland. All over Poland. I think more than 100 places. So I really discovered this beautiful country. I also went on some adventures. For example, I walked the whole Polish coastline in winter, 416 kilometers. I will never forget that adventure. And also after that I did 300 kilometers in the mountains in winter, and that was a little bit too crazy. My body had to recover from that. From that moment on, from that hike in December 2022, I became a full-on nomad. I just traveled around, and in that way I met so many amazing people. Like, people are so kind and so helpful, and you connect with people in that way, like on such a deep level. And at the same time I felt even more love and more connection with my family, who was not even with me, but I loved them even more, because I found such a deeper and richer feeling within me, because I also met all those people, and I went to so many places, and so many people shared their home with me, and their love and their support, and wow, and people really listened to me and were interested in my story, and that it was really a really special time for me. Also, my family came to Poland a couple times, like many times already actually, and those moments are also really special, because my dream has always been then to share the beautiful places that I discover with the people that I love. So those moments, that's where I'm living for, what I'm living for. And then also sharing it with a more and more growing community that I have on YouTube. It's really special to me, because I also will feel really connected to you, my YouTube family, and I really feel the love that you're sending me, and the support, and being with me, because I never feel alone. It really feels like I have so many friends. I started to feel also connected to the Netherlands again, because I lost that a little bit because of the dark period that I had there. The first 1.5 years that I was outside of the Netherlands, I was afraid to go back. After 2 years, I felt like, okay, I can come back and really spend some time with the family as well, for special things like the special birthdays and weddings, important family moments. And I felt a new appreciation for Friesland, where I was born, and for the whole of the Netherlands. I really love exploring my country. Like, I'm looking at it with different eyes now, and it's like I'm looking at the whole world in a different way, at life in a different way. And of course, one also big moment that happened was that my brother got his second daughter. So another baby girl was born, and yeah, that's life. That's the pure happiness of life. Holding her for the first time, and now seeing my brother with his little family and with his daughters, that makes me so happy. And of course also my sister with her kids, and my mom and stepdad being so happy together, and they're so full of love, and the dreams that we now have as a family as well, to see more of the world together. And maybe even our biggest dream is now to have a plot of land, and then living there all together in different houses. I want to build a tiny house with Ryan. and share my house in Poland with them. That's my vision. You can say that I'm really living my dream right now, but the thing is that even when you are living the dream, you can have really difficult moments. Because this year, 2024, I will make a separate video about that because so many things happened. I had a really difficult period. I think from the end of January till end of June, I was in a really, really difficult place. I was struggling a lot physically and mentally. I was really exhausted. I got some physical issues, and mentally I was just so tired, and I got really almost the feelings from 6 years ago came back. But I knew that this is not the way that I want to go. So it was like a wake-up call again, like you don't have to go full on all the time, because you cannot, you will not grow from there. You need to take time to grow and really live. So that's what I did. I made some really big decisions again, because I decided to take a step back, go to the Netherlands and spend summer there and really take my time. So that's what I did. I'm really, really happy to be here, because taking a step back takes me to the next level. I'm having feelings that I have not had before, and they're even richer than ever. Spending every day now with my mom and Wessel, and seeing my dad before he moves to Hungary officially, and taking care of animals, being in beautiful homes, now in my brother's home, and I'm really feeling ready now for the next adventures. And I have the new one. So what will the next 10 years bring? We will see. One thing is for sure, that I will never, never ever lose hope again. Thank you all for being with me. Be ready for so many adventures in Poland and the world. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And never forget that you can choose happy. Bye.